All right, can you guys hear me? Are we live? Great. So, I thought we would start off by just saying hi. How's everybody? I just wanted to start this as a kind of a chat, get to know you, also try to introduce reading sprints to my life because I think it'll help me be accountable and be able to do more reading. So, so some of you have already said that you're going to be reading some. Megan, you said you're going to have a light Japanese novel, which is awesome. And Shira told me about her book. That's great. So, anybody have any questions for me before we get started? I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do like a 10-minute, 15-minute read and then kind of come back and see where we are and talk about what we've been reading. If that's okay. Is that all right with everybody? This is just a new thing, so I'm just trying it out to see if we like it, how it goes. Does 10 minutes seem like a good time, a good amount of time, or do you want longer, like 15 minutes? Okay. I know that people who do this all the time put up a timer on here. I have no idea how to do that. So I am going to just put a timer on my phone and I will let you guys know when time is up. Unfortunately, that's about as good as I can do for right now while I'm learning everything. Okay. Put in my timer. So we'll start with like 10 minutes and see where we are. And then I have started it. Where we are. And when it beeps, we'll be ready to go. All right. So I'm going to be reading Great Expectations. So let's go. Just giving a 1 minute warning so you guys aren't frightened by the beep. All right, that was the first timer. How'd you guys do? How did you guys feel about that? You guys get some reading done? Ooh, how was it crazy? Good crazy? That's good. Get a little reading done. Megan, how was it good crazy? Skeleton Knight, and I think I've seen that anime. That's interesting. I did a short chapter of Great Expectations, which was interesting. Yeah, the anime was really good, Megan. I enjoyed it too. For me, like I was reading Great Expectations, and we're really getting to the point where Pip, in our main character, our narrator, is talking about the changes that he's going through and the thoughts that are going through his head after seeing the other side of life and meeting Estella. So maybe I don't know if you don't know if you guys care about spoilers, but it's changing his life, and he's talking about how the changes in him, and nothing else has changed. It's just himself, which I think is fascinating. So I highlighted there because I think that's a interesting way to view it as we read through. So yeah, I think thank you, Shira. I think on Hulu there's a new adaptation already out. So that's one of the reasons why I picked it up now. So I'm like, well, I can pick it up, and then I can, if I don't quite, and there's something I don't understand, I would like to see visually to get a better understanding, I just watch the adaptation, and hopefully they do something better, so I can understand it better. Yeah, they're very introspective at this point, especially for a young boy, which he's young at this point. So maybe he's looking back and saying that the change was in him at this point, going forward. So I think that was interesting. So great. It sounds like we all got some interesting nuggets, some interesting things. Did the uh, did the prologue in the skeleton book, Megan, did it set up what was already in the anime, like setting up him getting how he got there? Is that what it was really? What that part was? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, yes. So it's that part of the story. All right. That's right, because it does kind of start in the middle of things and then it goes back, I think. Yeah. Okay, cool. Interesting. All right. Do we want another 10 minutes to read and then come back, or are we pretty much done now? It's up to you guys. I don't know how long these usually go. I'm just trying stuff, see how it goes. Oh, yeah, that is very intense, Megan. Okay. Yeah, you guys can just let me know when you guys want to end. I don't want this to go. I know you guys got other things to do. You can also work on writing instead of reading if you want to. It's be productive, be a productivity sprint if you want. Do work if you need to do whatever it is. It's fine. It doesn't have to be reading. There's no judgment here. Yeah, I like that, Shira. Yeah, that's a good idea. We can talk about how to set it up for next time, how we want to structure it. I think that's a great idea. All right, so there are 10 minutes. I will set the alarm. All right, and go. We 1 minute warning. All right, that was our 10 minutes. What are some updates from your books? Excited to hear. Some interesting reads. Yeah, that's true. You don't get that in the anime, Megan. That's true. That's interesting. Makes me want to maybe pick that book up. I do have a book, I can't remember what the name of it is, that is also from an anime, but they're 2 short books. I'm going to maybe bring those next time. Yeah, that's true. You're looking at the action, you're not getting some of his perspective. That's good if the descriptions are good. That's the problem with translated work sometimes, is their descriptions are a little off, takes you out of the story if they're not translated very well. So that's great that it was translated well, seems like. I'm glad. I'm glad that it was. I love mysteries that are that are set in the 50s and is in the English countryside. I don't know why, but I love those. Those are cool. That's good. Hira, you said that you thought you knew what happened to the girl. Did that get confirmed yet? Cat Sebastian. Sorry, I meant to comment on that earlier and I completely forgot. But yeah, you said that you had an idea of what happened to her. Cool. That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Mysteries are kind of hard, right? Because sometimes people could think of, when you're, for the poor author, because people could think of much cooler things to happen. And then when they don't get it, they're like, oh, that's all it was. And then they're disappointed. That's good. Ah, you think she ran away? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. For my part, I read just another chapter, like half a chapter, because the chapter is a little bit longer. And Pip and his stepfather, Joe, is having a conversation. He keeps wanting to go uptown to see Stella and to see her grandmother, and he's making excuses for this. He wants to go see them. He wants to be in that society again, and he feels ostracized. He feels like he's not where he belongs, and so he wants to go there. He's trying to make excuses to go there, which I think is interesting because it's like, they didn't treat you very well, dude. Like, why? Why do you want to subject yourself to two abusive women? It's crazy how it's the whole, yeah. And Yeah, and he wants to go. His sister's abusive, so I guess he's used to it. And so it's like this Estella and the grandmother and her grandmother is not any different. So to him, so he feels like at least in here he could be in society, in a you know in society, I suppose. But he's starting to really care about what people think about him and people looking down on him for his station, which not good. And I'm not quite sure I'm going to like Pip. I think he's really letting it affect him too much, and I think it was partly from the abuse. And I think that's a shame because he could be such a good character. Started out kind of a very interesting character, so we'll have to see how he changes. But I'm only like 110 pages in, something like that. Yeah, 109 pages in. And yeah, that's true. And we'll see what if he either gets eaten up because of it or whether he actually learns and grows from it. We'll have to see. With Dickens, usually the latter, to be honest, is usually it just shows like, well, this is what happens, and it's not good. No, the character doesn't really grow, and they do that. But from what I've heard, like they think I know it's the Christmas Carol is like the only one where the character actually grows. That'd be fun, Megan. If you do that, I would appreciate it. But I know it's a long book, kind of a commitment. So if you can, I get it, but I appreciate it. Do you want to? Me too, Megan. Me too. All kinds of time sucks in these days. Take me away from reading. The good thing is I put Kindle on my phone, so now when I'm on my phone, I can just like try to curb that by saying, nope, I'm going to be reading on my phone, and that kind of counts as phone time if I'm still reading. It does help a little bit. All right, so we want to. I guess we're going. Are we ready to talk about what we want to do in the future for these, or how we want to set these up? Anybody have any suggestions on that? Yeah, I would give it a try at least. I mean, we'll see how it works. You just have to remind yourself that it's there. Make sure it's in your visual, like in the list. So it's visual, one of the first things that come up, and you can. One thing that helped me is I got rid of TikTok. I just took TikTok off my phone. I just kept just scrolling through the videos, and I just was like, it's too much. Yes. Yes, I love that idea, and I'm going to figure out how to do that. I don't really know how to set that up here. If I was on Zoom, man, I'd exactly know how to do all of that stuff. And I use Zoom so much, but I've never used this format before. No, I'm not quite sure how to do that, but I will try to find some tutorials and see if I can set that up. Yes. I like how we start with a discussion, like tell everybody can say like what book they're reading, how far, and their thoughts so far, like that. Yeah, Megan, that's a good idea. I like that form. I like that too. So I'm going to do some tutorials and see. It's probably not that different. I might even be able to do the live through Zoom. Though I have those functions, that might be how some people do it. But I'm gonna look on. I'm gonna do some research and see when we want to do it. Now, here's another question: do we want to do these like on the weekends? Like try to you want to do them earlier in the morning because I'm up early, so if we do them earlier in the morning, it's actually better for me on the weekends. So you guys can let me know when you guys what times are better for you guys. Like if it's days, times. During the week we're teaching, so that's not going to work for me unless it's late in the afternoon. Okay. But I mean, if noon, because I know noon on Saturdays, maybe do 11 instead of noon, because that'll give me a little bit more time. Because I know I have D&D on Saturdays, later afternoons, so it would just give more of a buffer if we want to go longer. That's okay, Megan. I don't want to like stress you out about it. Like I want it to be something you enjoy, not something you like dreading. Like, oh no, I got to get up, go to do reading Friends with Mary. So we can do 11. Does that still work for everyone? 11 on Saturdays? Because that's still good, plenty of sleep time, chores time in the morning, workout time, whatever you guys want to do, and then get together on Saturdays. 11. All right, 11 good for Megan. How about you? How about you, Shira? An 11 work, or is that still too late? Okay, we'll try it. And I'm going to work on trying to get that set up. I may have to do it through Zoom and see if that is how they do all that stuff. But I'm going to do some research. But thank you guys for coming. And I really appreciate it. I know we didn't really go that long, not even an hour, but I think that's for a good. Is it very blurry? My webcam may not be doing very well. I've got to get a new camera, guys, if I'm going to keep logging and doing stuff like this. I got to get a new camera. So that's going to be on my list. I don't know when I can do it, but I'm going to try, or maybe try to do it on my phone next time. My phone has a much better camera. So yeah, maybe I could try to do it on my phone. Maybe Zoom will actually be better because I know Zoom sometimes have better views. I'm not sure. That was on my phone. Yeah, all the videos I've taped is all done on my phone. So I think it's just the webcam on this computer. Because I don't usually film on this computer. So it's probably just a bad webcam on this computer. Probably not very good. Maybe I need to get a new one. Get one to attach to it or something. Probably a good idea. But that takes money, and I have none right now. So it's just going to have to be what it is for now. All right, thank you. Any other comments? Any other? I did too. I had fun. Talking to you guys about books. It was like I don't have very many people around me that want to do things like this and have fun talking about books and reading. So I really appreciate you guys coming. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more people, as we get going and more people hear about it. But I'm glad you two were here. That was amazing. More than I thought would actually be able to come. So that's great. You're welcome. I do too sometimes. Is that like I don't want to go back to the books I've read a million times. Like, no, let me do something new. So that's why I started challenging myself. I do a classic. I do a poetry collection, and then I do like a fantasy or other kind of genre. So try to broaden myself out. I don't give myself time to try to reread unless it's such a treat. Like, it's my birthday, I can read what I want. Yeah, let me know. We can also do like birthday book swaps too, where it's like we send each other books that we love, that if we want to, it's like, so we can start helping each other with that, get new books out, And so, like how they do challenges where they have like, they just books on their shelves that they really have read a million times and they don't want anymore or don't need anymore. They need room on their shelves. They can put them in a box and send them to somebody who may want them, and then they just kind of send them on until they're all gone, which I think is kind of a very cool concept. Anyway. All right, guys. I think that is all for now. Thank you guys for coming so much. I really appreciate you. Yes, Shira, enjoy those crepes. That's awesome. You're welcome. All right, bye everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and always have an adventure with reading this week, please. Have a good one. Bye.